Hi all, this is Allmighty and welcome to this video. So once again in this video we have something new. Previously you may have seen that video where I talked about some announcements about changes in the channel, and yeah, there is where I mentioned actually that you could send me some suggestions, and that's what you did. So I've been doing a suggestions video some time now, and yeah, okay, not some time, I made a couple of them, and also what I told you there, that it doesn't necessarily have to be a game between two grandmasters or at least one grandmaster in the game, since okay, I've just been doing grandmaster games up until now, and also players who will become grandmasters eventually or world champions. But this time it is different. I've been approached by the user of username Mostafa, and he sent me this game between two young Egyptian players playing in an unofficial tournament for Egyptian under-20 championship. On the white side we have Hatem Yehia, and on the black side we have Mostafa Elraies. So for the rest of the video I'm going to be using their names so that I don't embarrass myself pronouncing the surnames anymore. So yeah, this is actually a game between these two young players who actually, on the white side, Hatem has a rating of 1980, and Mostafa on the black side has a rating of 2089, I think. So we have average chess players, but that doesn't mean you should click away from this video. I'm not showing you this game yeah, just that I'm going to show you a game between average chess players. No, this is also a game that is worth showing, a game with a beauty in it, and yeah, that is also a reason that I want to share this with you, because even when you're doubting yourself and you're thinking that your chess is not good, keep in mind that chess can be played beautifully all over the board, from the weakest players to the strongest players, from the youngest until the oldest. Doesn't really matter. Going with the background and the story and also the game can just be beautiful, and that is why I'm going to show you this game. So as I've said, unofficial under-20 championship. On the white side we have Hatem, who is actually studying to be a programmer. So yeah, cheers on that, dude. So if you're watching this video or you're going to watch it, I wish you luck, because some of you who may know, I also studied software engineering at my college, in my university. I finished it a couple of years ago, and also Mostafa is a junior physicist, which was actually my second choice for having it as a major at my university. So also these things kind of kept me close to this game, and one more reason why actually I wanted to show it. So yeah, let's go into it. We have we have C4 and E5. So Hatem decided to go for the English opening, and this is also the first time that I'm showing the English opening on my channel. G3, knight f6, bishop to G2, and bishop to E7. So up until now, you actually saw some common moves, but bishop to E7 isn't that common actually. You would actually want to go with something like C6, preparing D5, or you could play D5 right away, going for some reverse Sicilian system, or you can even play knight to C6. But bishop to E7 is not a bad move, just not a common one in this position. We have knight to C3, castles, and D3. So also one thing that I forgot to mention, it was told to me by Mr. Zahran that actually Mostafa, the guy with the black pieces here, learned chess, how to play chess 3 months prior to this game. So this game was played in a year ago, in 2017, and yeah, he learned chess just before, essentially just before playing this game. 3 months is a really short time to learn and to play chess, and I can see that he is staying to the true to the chess principles, which I very much like. Here, developing, putting the king to safety, and then continuing with the game. We have C6 now, preparing to push D5, and knight to F3. Mostafa pushes D5, doesn't matter that the pawn is attacked, and that is all good because you're gaining more space in the center. We have C takes D5 and C takes D5, and now in this position, you wouldn't want to take on E5, because black can play D4, and in this situation the knight is attacked. You can play him doesn't really matter where. For example, if you play it on e4 or a4, queen to a5 check is coming, and when you defend or move the king, queen will take the knight. So you're losing a piece in this position, so it isn't good to take on e5. Instead of that, white played d4, countered the center, which is an okay move. We have e4 by black, stabilizing the center. You have this nice pawn chain, and black is already established his presence in the center. And this is why I like to play e5 and those kinds of moves against the English opening, because essentially white is starting not in the center but on the side, and this gives chances to black to actually play immediately for the center in order to gain more space and then have an advantage. Because usually when you play against white and he plays e4, for example, he starts right away occupying the center, and then black is maybe a bit more passive, but with c4 you have an idea with this e5 to counter it right away. Knight to f3, knight to e5 here, and knight to c6. So once again attacking the center with tempo, and we have f3. So here in this position, f3 is a really peculiar move, because white could have just gone castle and developed the dark square bishop and then continue with the development and with the plan. But if you were afraid of something like knight takes on e5, you have d takes on e5, knight has to move, and after that you will just pick up the d5 pawn, and after that the e4 pawn, and white is much better here. So there is no hurry to actually play some move that will disrupt the center. You can do that later. It is always better to put the king to safety, just like black did. So f3 was here played, and e takes f3, e takes f3, and now you can see that the e file is open, and so the white king is still in the center. So in this situation, young Mostafa decided to take advantage of that. First, knight takes on e5, d takes on e5, and now I would encourage you to actually pause the position and try and find the best move for black here. So you can see the knight is attacked, and yeah, are there any good squares actually for this knight? You can play d7, e8, h5. Yeah, it's really not that all good, because yeah, essentially this knight is kinda in a bad position. So I guess Mostafa was looking into something else besides playing the knight moves. Then he played bishop to c5. And when I saw this move, I was definitely certain that I'm going to show you this game. Because as I've said before the start of this video, that essentially a beautiful game and beautiful moves can be created from players from all varieties. So here Mostafa, a young 3 months playing chess, young player, 3 months playing chess, playing such a move, it just makes you wonder. So is this a bad move? Definitely not. This is actually the best move in the position, with a clear idea to not allow white to castle, because now this bishop is guarding this g1 square, and actually the best move would here be to play something like knight to a4, trying to attack this bishop. This bishop of course doesn't want to move to b6, bishop to b4, and then king to f2. After that, bishop to d2, rook to e1, and then maybe king to g1. Still, yeah, the problem is this open diagonal. So in a sense, maybe it was all better to actually before play f3 capture on c6 this knight, but yeah, white didn't do it, and black immediately took advantage of it. Here, instead of moving the knight, Hatem actually captured the knight. So he was wondering, I guess, okay, what's the big deal? Why did you leave me a piece? Please show me what you got. First, rook to e8 check. And now you have a couple of options. Actually, the best one is play the knight to e2, what was played in the game, guard the king. Also king to f1, a possible situation, but then you also get to this diagonal where this light square bishop will come right away. We have queen takes on f6, and now it's time for black to actually activate all of his pieces into the attack in order to win the game much faster. Bishop to f4 developing, and now in this situation black should have played something like b6 or bishop to d7 in order to bring the bishop on this diagonal, because white still doesn't have time to go castle either side. Yeah, This would be much faster than queen to b2, but this is also a good move because this doesn't allow actually white to go queenside castle anytime soon. So now the problem is the threat is to capture on e2, and if you play a move such as a4, so something not paying attention to the position, you have something like rook captures on e2, and after queen captures, queen captures on a1. So black won the piece back, and there are no threats of checkmate because there is check king to d2, and you can even capture on a4 because you're guarding the e8 square. So this is a possibility. So instead of that, we have rook to c1 attacking the bishop, bishop b6. The definite best move because you want to stay on this diagonal, still threatening the main threat in the game. If once again rook to b1 would have been played in order to maybe, if the queen moves, take the bishop, once again you have rook takes on e2 and following the same idea. So we have rook to c2 attacking the queen and also guarding the e2, the knight on e2. We have queen to f6, and now in this situation actually king to f1 was played. So finally white saw that there aren't any chances that he could go castle, so he decided to move out of the pin so that maybe he can put the knight into the game. But unfortunately for him, this comes too late because now black plays bishop to d7, and yeah, white's position is just falling apart. Rook to d2 was played, and now we have a great rook to e2 capture. So finishing move in a style of great Tal, still sacrificing pieces in order to win the game. We have queen captures on e2, a rook on e8, bring the other rook into the game, and now all of the pieces of black are very close to the attack or already in the attack. The best move here is actually to capture the rook, but then you just give up a queen and still your position is not looking good, so queen to d1 was played, and actually white, after he played this move, he probably saw the ending, so he resigned the game. Actually now you have checkmate in 6 moves, so if you want you can pause the video and try and find it. I'm just going to show it. Here we have bishop to b5 first, and now you can guard like a rook to d3 or rook to e2. Rook to e2 is a better move, capturing the rook, and now in this situation you don't really have anything you can play because, for example, after a4 attacking the bishop, you have rook to f2 check from the rook, check from the bishop and the rook. You can play, if you play king to g1, then you have this nice checkmate with the rook, also double check rook and bishop. Or if you play to e1, then you have queen to e6, and now first bishop covers and then queen covers, and this is checkmate. So yeah, this is pretty much it for this game and this video. So I would like to thank once again user by the username Zahran for sharing with me this game. I really enjoyed it, especially that bishop to c5 move, and also I would use this opportunity to all of you young players, to all of you who are still learning chess, to see this game and learn something from it. And also to encourage you to, when you play chess, you should definitely always play for fun, and you should always try different kinds of moves. You shouldn't always pay attention to the material. So, okay, am I losing a piece here? No, I lost a piece, and now I'm going to lose the game. No, it doesn't really matter. You should play for fun. You shouldn't mind if you lose a piece. You will analyze the game and win the next game. Stuff like that. So yeah, also one other thing that I would like to mention, as I said, it was like some kind of an unofficial under-20 championship. So as Mr. Zahran told me, we had some correspondence over emails. Yeah, there are some kind of problems in organization, and yeah, all this stuff related to organizing chess tournaments in Egypt. So guys, yeah. My thoughts are with you, and I hope that you will resolve this situation soon. Also, I would like to use this game and this video to promote even more chess in Egypt. As I can see, you have a lot of young and talented players. So yeah, keep on going, and yeah, definitely good luck to you all. So that being said, yeah, I would like to thank you for watching this video, and yeah, I will see you soon with, once again, one suggestion from a subscriber. See you soon. Cheers.